We should be protected and blessed from now and forever, as David HaMelech says, and let us put in some tzedakah. Together, join me, as I keep on mentioning, Shnas Hakel. Let's do it together. We are told that our patriarchs and matriarchs fulfilled the Torah and the mitzvahs. In fact, on the verse that we find in Parsha of this week, where the Torah says regarding Avram Avinu, Eikev asher shama Avram b'koili, due to the fact that Avram Avinu, God says that Avram listened to my voice, v'yishmor mishmarti, and he guarded mitzvosai, chokoisai, v'toroisai, my mitzvahs, my commandments, my Torah. So the Gemara says, from here the Gemara Kiddushin says that therefore we know that Avram Avinu has fulfilled the entire Torah even prior to it was given. Now let us try to understand what it means. Avram Avinu ate matzahs on Pesach because of the commemorating coming out of Egypt. He's 400 years approximately before that. Avram Avinu is putting on tefillin, and inside the tefillin there are portions of the Torah. The Torah hasn't been given yet. And we could go on and on and on. What does it mean that he did follow the Torah mitzvahs? In fact, as a quick little aside, the word Eikev, since Eikev is spelled Ayin Kuf Beis, which the numerical value is 172. From here, some commentators learn that Avram Avinu followed the commandments of God, the total amount of Eikev 172 years. And from here we learn that at the age of 3, Avram Avinu finally recognized the existence of God, meaning Avram Avinu lived 175 years. At the age of 3, Eikev is when he finally found God. But going back to the performance of mitzvahs, how did they do mitzvahs? In fact, it says that Avram Avinu, on the laws of business laws, of honesty, he had 400 tractates. Now this we can understand. Why? Because laws of honesty in business is extremely wide. So he didn't have exactly the Talmud as we have it today, but he was discussing all the different ramifications and all the different possibilities of what means being honest. And this is an extensive, vast topic. But to say that he actually did the mitzvahs when they were not even available. So as our sages explained to us, that the mitzvahs that Avram, and indeed for that matter Yitzchak and Yaakov and the Shvatim performed, was called reichos, spiritual. Every mitzvah has two dimensions. Has the practical application and it has the spiritual dimension. Putting on tefillin as an example, yes, it takes 2 black boxes, one for the arm, one for the head. Lighting Shabbat candles, yes, it takes a candle and to light it and say the blessing when the woman does so. Eating matzah on Pesach requires a matzah. Putting on a mezuzah requires a mezuzah, and so on and so forth. So these are the practical application of the mitzvah. But the mitzvah also has a spiritual dimension. As an example, when the woman lights the Shabbat candles, there is a new godly light emanating into this world. When we put on tefillin, we create a balance, an equilibrium between the person's emotions, the heart, where we put on tefillin, the person's brain, and the person's action. It connects us with the godly sphira, the godly chachma, the godly emotions and godly actions, and this is the spiritual dimension of it. And this is true with every mitzvah. So we today have the benefit of having both. Prior to the giving of Torah, they only had the spiritual dimension. So when the Torah says, that Avraham Avinu performed the entire Torah, it means in a spiritual realm. Those divine powers, those divine lights which are illuminated by doing the mitzvah in a practical sense today, they had it in a spiritual dimension. So Rabbeinu Shalom, the Beis Hamikdash also, there's the spiritual dimension and the practical dimension. What we want is the physical, concrete dimension down here. Please God, now